This is NBC News Digest. Here is Chuck Scarborough, NBC News.
Good evening. Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev told a peace forum in Moscow today the whole world will benefit from what he called the irreversible democratization of Soviet society. He also renewed his call for the U.S. to abandon the Star Wars program. Delegates from 80 countries were in the audience, which included physicist Andrei Sakharov, who was released from internal exile less than 2 months ago. But Soviet dissident Yosef Begun, whose release was announced by a Soviet official yesterday, was still reported in jail today. Last week, Moscow said Begun was being kept in jail because he wouldn't promise to abstain from anti-state activities. Adolfo CALERO, who heads the biggest contingent of Contra rebels, resigned today from the three-man group that directs the war against the Sandinistas in Nicaragua. He denied there was any pressure by the United States or other Contra leaders to get him out. CALERO added that his own army faction will continue fighting the Sandinistas.
I believe, as I've said before, that we are the only ones who have kept Fidel Castro from having breakfast in Managua, lunch in San Salvador, and dinner in Guatemala.
John Demjanjuk, who used to be an auto worker in Ohio, went on trial in Israel today on charges that he ran the gas chambers at a Nazi death camp in Poland. Demjanjuk says it's a case of mistaken identity. After losing 4 of them in accidents, the U.S. today suspended a program to put Pioneer remote-controlled spy planes on battleships. They carry cameras and radar and other detection equipment. Just last week, the Navy announced it was spending $22 million for more of them. ICE was the villain from Missouri to the mid-Atlantic coast today. Highway traffic was disrupted, power lines snapped, and at least 10 deaths were blamed on accidents and other weather-related causes. In Rome, police began the unenviable task of trying to keep traffic from the city's center. The aim is to protect Rome's famous monuments from pollution. And there might soon be another famous AQUINO from the Philippines. President Corazon Aquino's 16-year-old daughter, Chris, has an offer to act in a Hollywood movie starring Chuck Norris. But she's still waiting for a presidential okay. I'm Chuck Scarborough in New York. More news later on this NBC station.